Hi, my name is Kaye Bello, and today we're going to make Piaya Bonbon. For our ingredients, we have white chocolate, flour, muscovado sugar, glucose, sesame seeds, butter, cocoa butter, oil, and salt. So first, we need to prep the chocolate mold by cleaning it with ethanol. So we need to grab a lint-free cotton pad and then saturate it with a little bit of ethanol. This ethanol is food grade, evaporates quickly, and this step is very important because we need to make sure that all the crevices are clean. And then turn it upside down just to avoid any dust going in. For the next one, what we're going to do is we're going to prep the molds by spraying it. This is going to be our decorations, the top of the bonbon. What I'm going to use today is colored cocoa butter, just a black one to represent the burnt bits of the piaya. After spraying, take the mold and just clean it. You have to wait for it to set just a little bit. We'll put it on the side while we're waiting for that. We're going to make our fillings. In this pan, we have the muscovado sugar, the glucose, the water, and then we're just going to cook it to a temperature. So what we were looking for, a soft ball texture. So once we reach the soft ball stage, straight into the piping bag. And now we'll leave it here to cool down. So now we're going to make the dough. First we need to take the flour in, pieces of cold butter, pinch of salt, and we'll turn on our machine. Doesn't take long, 7 seconds is enough. And we want it like a really fine crumb. Back to the machine. Gradually add water. And here we have our piaya dough. We're gonna lightly grease our table, just very lightly, so it doesn't stick. And then we're going to have to gently knead it. And at this stage, we want to let it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes. Now our piaya is done. Straight into the tray. While it's still a bit warm, start cutting. So what we're going to do next is to temper the chocolates. We have to make sure we're working on a stone slab. So we have to check temperature of the table, and it has to be between 24 to 26. 26 would be the highest. First, we're going to pour the chocolate on the table, and this is called the tabling method of tempering chocolate. This is a very important part of making chocolates. It's time to start moving the chocolate around. This is to ensure that we're taking the temperature down and letting the crystals bind together again to prevent fat blooms, sugar blooms, and so the chocolate doesn't melt in your hands but melts in your mouth. Your mouth is actually colder than your hands. So the art of tempering means if you temper it correctly, it wouldn't melt in your hands even though it's higher temperature than your mouth. So it's very important to move the chocolate around just so you won't get bits that have already crystallized. So now we're going to transfer the chocolate from this table to this bowl. have to check the temperature of the chocolate in the bowl again. So we're at 28 degrees, and that's perfect for us to work with. Okay, so now it's time to cast our shells. Time to cast the molds that we airbrushed. Your tempered chocolate. And take your mold. And then we tap it. This gets rid of all the air bubbles. And switch. Let it rest for a little bit. So at this stage, once it starts crystallizing, we clean the molds. And then let it rest. Pero usually, we will have a chocolate fridge. If properly tempered on chocolate, it doesn't take long. 3 minutes, it will start crystallizing. Ang problema talang di kay humid and hot. Okay, so now, when our chocolate's crystallized, our first shell, all we need to do is clean it up. This way, we can demold it easily. And now we're ready to fill. So here we have our piaya, sesame seeds, chocolate, and the filling. So first, what we're going to do is add the filling. Sesame seeds. So now we're going to cap our bonbon molds. A plastic film. So we now will leave it to rest for about 10 to 15 minutes. And there you have it, Kalamay's Piaya Bonbon.